Dear viewers, welcome to our channel GVS Bank Academy. Today we are going to discuss about promotional exams recalled questions, Bank of Baroda scale 4 to 5, exam dated on 8th January 2023. Presently, there is a batch for Bank of Indian Overseas Bank promotional examinations. One batch is going on. Interested members are requested to contact. And also we are conducting JAIIB, CAIIB classes for May-June examinations. These batches are also under progress. So interested members are requested to contact on this number. Now first question. These are recalled questions. Bank of Baroda exam dated for 8th January 2023, scale 4 to 5. Primary dealers, how much they are allowed to borrow from call money overnight, notice money 2 to 14 days, term money 15 days to 1 year. How much they are allowed to borrow means 225% of net owned funds as at the end of previous financial year. At the end of the last previous financial year, net owned funds into 225% of are allowed to borrow from call money, notice money, term money, primary dealers. Question number 2. Opening of branches in unbanked rural centers. Banks while preparing annual branch expansion plan, they should allocate at least 25% of the total number of branches in unbanked rural areas. This is the branch expansion plan. At least 25% of the branches in unbanked rural areas. This is also old question. This is economics related abbreviation. Question number 3. GFCF. Gross Fixed Capital Formation. Gross Fixed Capital Formation. Question number 4. Surface Act 2002, Section 18C, right to large a caveat. What is the validity period of caveat? From the date of filing with DRT, 90 days. Validity period is 90 days. Question number 5, Surface Act 2002, document must be within limitation. Now what is the question they had asked? At the time of initiation of Surface Act, what is the minimum remaining period of limitation? At least 1 year. Based on bank specific, at least minimum 1 year leftover limitation period is must. So document must be within the limitation. How much leftover period of the limitation period? That is the question you have to see. Question number 6, Lok Adalat. 2 statements, 1 question. Lok Adalat established under Legal Services Authority Act 1987. Established under Legal Service Authority Act 1987. Only doubtful and loss accounts can be referred to the DM, Lok Adalat, and the amount up to 20 lakhs. Legal service established under Legal Service Authority Act 1987. Only doubtful and loss account up to 20 lakhs. This is about question number 6. Question number 7. Standing deposit facility. This is standing deposit facility implemented from 8th April 2022. It was replaced, SDF was replaced with fixed rate reverse repo. Standing deposit facility was replaced with fixed rate reverse repo. Now SDF rate will be 25 basis points below the repo rate. Now presently repo rate is 6.25. Presently standing deposit facility rate is 6%. So repo minus 0.25 standing deposit facility. This is about the new scheme introduced with effect from 8th April 2022. Standing deposit facility rate. 8th question, very easy and difficult. Monetary Policy Committee. Quorum for the meeting of the Monetary Policy Committee is 4 members. Out of 6, total members are 6. Quorum is 4. Two questions they had asked. Another question, minutes of the meeting of proceedings RBI publishes on the 14th day after every meeting of MPC. It will. The Monetary Policy Committee is a committee set up by the Union Government. The Monetary Policy Committee is a committee set up by the Union Government, led by the RBI, managed by RBI. This is about Monetary Policy Committee. 9. Question number 9. Loan policy. Large exposure definition. Loan policy. Exposure equal to or above 10% of bank's eligible capital base. Large exposure definition is equal exposure to or above 10% of bank's eligible capital base. Capital base means Tier 1 capital and Tier 2 capital. This is loan policy question. Question number 10. Pillars of RBI Vision Statement 2025. RBI Vision Statement 2025 pillars. 5 pillars. Integrity, inclusion, innovation, institutionalization and internationalization. 5 I's. 5 pillars, 5 I's. Integrity, inclusion, innovation, institutionalization and internationalization. MSME medium definition. Investment not exceeding 50 crores and that at the time of calculation of investment, written down value as on 31st March not exceeding 50 crores. Written down value as on previous year 31st March. Turnover 250 crores. Now 11. 12. Valuation norms. Now securities valuation norms. This is their internal question. In one question, they had asked 5-6 valuations, loan policy, retail lending, all valuation norms in the bank. One question they had asked, corporate loans, retail loans, housing loans, and where how many valuations are required, what is the limit. Statement type question 1. (13) Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation Act, latest amendment. Deposit insurance cover for depository is 5 lakhs. And what is the time period within how many days the amount has to be paid to the depositor? The DICGC becomes liable to pay the depositor and the date of payment to the depositor shall not exceed 90 days. So from the date of this becomes liable by the corporation, within 90 days the amount has to pay to the depositor maximum. This both are amendment in 2021 amendments. 5 lakhs within 90 days. Question number 14. Alternative reference rate. They are given in the examination a different, normally alternative reference rate instead of LIBOR. This alternative reference rate was introduced in ECB, international borrowing, so trade credit, etc. Now, so what is meant by alternative reference rate? This is widely accepted interbank rate in the international borrowings, foreign currency borrowings. Widely accepted interbank rate. That is there. Question number 15. Government securities issued under Government Security Act 2006, GS Act 2006. Government Securities Act 2000. Government of India securities are issued under Government of Securities Act 2006. 16. To facilitate domestic manufacturing for ambitious goal of 280 GW of installed solar capacity by 2030. Budget additional allocation 19,500 crores for PLI for manufacturing of high efficiency modules with priority to fully integrate manufacturing. So what is the budget? Additional budget for manufacturing of solar PV modules 19,500 crores. This is budget related question. This is the 19,500 crores for PLI for manufacturing. This is question number 16. Who are the promoters of Financial Benchmark India Limited? This is the benchmark rate of interest administrator in India, established in 2014, operationalized in 2015 onwards. Who are the promoters? PIMEDA, FEDI and IBA. PIMEDA, Fixed Income Money Market Derivatives Association, IBA, Indian Banks Association, and FEDI, Foreign Exchange Dealers Association of India. Question number 17. 18. Chief Information Security Officer reporting directly to the board level committee. Chief Information Security Officer directly reporting to the board level committee. 19. That is securities market related question. International Organization of Securities Commission. International Organization of Securities Commission, IOSCO, is the international body that brings together the world securities regulator. Ante securities mark regulator monitoring agency recognized as the global standard setter for the securities sector. SEBI is also a member in the International Organization of Securities Commission. This is the governing and standing body of this group, which is comprised of 35 security regulators are there. International Organization of Securities Commission. SEBI is also member under this. Number 20, cats and dogs related to stock markets. This question related. Refers to stocks of companies that engage in shady business practices and are traded in speculative shares. They typically trade over the counter, not exchange traded, and without any regulatory oversight by the regulator. Cats and dogs are often penny stocks, small stocks, value-less stocks, shares of companies with small market caps and limited trading volumes. So what are the cats and dogs? These are penny stocks, small market cap, limited trading volume, lesser control, without any regulatory control oversight on the shares. This is also regarding share market. Question number 21. BR Act 1949, Section 45 1C1. What is this? Every non-banking company shall create a reserve fund and transfer thereon not less than 20% of the net profit before declaration of dividend. Before declaration of dividend, 20% of the net profit it had to be transferred to reserve fund. This is BR Act Section 49, 45, 1C1. 2 rupee coin was introduced in India in 92. Date is 19th November 1982. 19th November 1982. Late submission fee for reporting delays under Foreign Exchange Management Act. This is latest amendment, 30th September. Now, the facility for opting the late submission fee shall be available up to 3 years from the due date of reporting submission. Earlier, the penalty is monthly, yearly. Now, they had given up to 3 years. The facility for opting late submission fee shall be available up to 3 years. 24. National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange Limited, NCDEX Exchange, who is the major shareholder. NSE, National Stock Exchange, 15% of capital is having by National Stock Exchange. National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange Limited, NCDEX, who is the major shareholder. NSE. 25. Recovery policy, staff accountability. The process of examination of stock accountability has to be commenced immediately or not later than 7 days. Date of accounting slipping to NPA. Even in quick mortality accounts also, within 7 days, immediately or not later than 7 days. This is staff accountability initiation. (26) Country risk maximum provision. Country risk on the net funded country exposure on a graded scale ranging minimum 0.25, maximum 100% of the outstanding based on rating of the country, scale ranging. Now question they had asked, maximum provision is 100%. This is minimum 0.25. Question is 100%. This is. Question number 27, treasury. Shifting among categories in the investment portfolio of banks. Shifting among categories in the investment portfolio of banks. Shifting among categories, banks shall have the freedom to shift investment to HTM from HTM, held to maturity category, with the approval of the board of directors once in a year. With the prior approval of the board, banks having freedom to shift to HTM or from HTM once in a year. After that, shifting RBI approval is required. Once a year is permitted by the board. After that, RBI permission is required. So question is, once in a year or once in 2 years. Once a year, board is permitted should shift the security. This question they had asked. Once a year. Question is, answer is once a year. Neo banks operating in India. Pero FREO, FI Money, Jupiter, Instant Pay. These are the neo banks. This question they had asked. Asal, what is the meaning of neo banks? These are new age banks without any physical location, presently entirely online. They provide digital, mobile first financial solutions for payments, money transfers, lending and more. So you have to see neo banking. This is question number 28. Question number 29. PM Gati Shakti, budget related. What are the 7 engines? PM Gati Shakti, what are the 7 engines? Are roads, railways, airports, ports, mass transportation, waterways and logistic infrastructure. PM Gati Shakti is, the 7 engines of PM Gati Shakti are roads, railways, airports, ports, mass transportation, waterways, logistics. High risk branch audit frequency once in 6 months. This is internal. If a branch is having, normally high risk means fraud related branches, very high risk advances. Normally once in 6 months they have to conduct a re-audit. The internal, almost all banks same. Question number 31. This is also book building process. This is what is the book building process in the public issue of shares? Electronic book building process. This is the book building process. The process of price discovery involves generating and recording investor demand for shares before arriving at an issue price. So online it will create demand for shares book building process in the public issue. Now almost all companies are using this. This system will generate demand at the current market price. What is the demand? Shares before arriving at an issue price. So this very important question also. The process of price discovery involves generating and recording investor demand for shares before arriving at an issue price under public issue book building process. 32, last question. Credit default swap definition or credit derivatives. These are recalled questions collected from various examiners. Now some people, credit default swap or credit derivatives. Credit default swap or credit derivative is a risk management tool in credit risk mitigation or in investment portfolio also. Credit default swap or credit derivative. And normally banks are allowed to participate in credit derivative, default swaps or derivative as investor or as market maker also. Under credit default swap or credit derivatives, bankers, protection buyer Bankers are protection buyers. Bankers are protecting the risk through protection buyer from a protection seller by paying premium on regular basis to insurance companies, hedge funds. Ultimate object of credit default swap or credit derivatives is credit risk management in advances or in investments. These are the 32 questions. Out of 60 questions, we have tried for collection of 32 questions. Thank you very much for all. These questions may be useful for other participants for preparation of examination. Thank you very much for all.